What's up, guys? It's your boy Santo the Destroyer, and I'm back at you with another video. Another what if. It's a part 2 to what if Neji was Hinata's brother. Now, a quick recap. Um, so, in part 1, at the end of part 1, Naruto defeats Neji just like in canon and Chunin exams, and motivates Neji to train stronger, and for him, Neji, to begin changing the Hyuga clan, as Naruto's claimed he will do it when he becomes Hokage. So now we're on the Sasuke retrieval arc because everything else goes the same as it does in canon. So everyone else fights the same. Choji fights Shirobo, Neji fights Hidamaru, Kiba Nakamura fights Saikon Nukon, Shikamaru fights Tsuyuya. Even though this canon version, Neji would have this fight much easier because the way I compared his Byakugan is I gave him a 1.5 times increase that Hinata's had, and she could see 1,000. She could see a kilometer at the end of part 1, and since this is effectively the end of part 1, I'm gonna say Neji can see 1.5 kilometers, so he doesn't have to worry about Kurumaru, and he's not out of his range this time, so his range is much farther. But he can counter and see Kurumaru's arrows much more effectively. But simply dodging is just not enough because Neji has to be close to do damage, and damage with Kurumaru is no guarantee thanks to his spider armor. And coming in close also puts him at greater risk of being hit by an arrow. But I do believe that with extremely high difficulty, he would be able to defeat Kurumaru just like in canon. He'd probably just do something similar, deliberately take a couple hits, and he'd probably just use the string to find Kurumaru, hit him with a gentle fist. The internal organs are all types of messed up right now. So Kurumaru's organs are just destroyed. Like, he has no internal organs left. So Neji goes in classic 8 trigram 64 palm burning style. Kurumaru tries to build up chakra. That's the fatal mistake. And he literally overheats himself. He burns himself out, burns himself to death, if you will. So then, just like in canon, Neji coughs up blood and passes out. Neji still has that same intensive hair surgery that he had in the original canon, and just basing this off the anime. And as he sees Naruto off, he tells him the next time they face each other, Neji will surely win. And just for comedic sake, he inserts something about what Hinata sees in him, and that Naruto has to prove himself to Neji so he can take care of Hinata. And then Hinata goes like bright red and tells Neji to stop it. Tells Neji to stop it before she passes out. Neji stops, and then red in her face, Hinata tells Naruto a good trip. So now we are in the time skip. Past the time skip, Neji still gets his double promotion to Jonin. So Neji's been under some intense training, and yes, I think Neji would keep up his leg weight training because he would only see it as a benefit towards him, and it would make him a lot physically stronger and a lot faster. He also developed ninjutsu that we'll get into later, and he can use the Byakugan 15 kilometers without strain. And he's also now a master at infusing elemental chakra into his gentle fist techniques. His stats have also increased from canon as he's stronger, ninjutsu, taijutsu, smarter, physical strength-wise he's faster, and he has more stamina and speed. So if you want to rank him among the Jonin tier, he's like mid upper, like upper middle Jonin is where he is. He's not like Guy or Kakashi level, but he's like upper middle Jonin. So other than Neji getting air palm, increasing the speed and strength of his rotation, he also got 2 new jutsus that I would like to talk about. 8 trigram shockwave palm. It's an air encompassing jutsu that sends a blast of chakra, range proportional to how much chakra was poured in, and it can either like create a torrent of flames rushing out of the ground, or just like a lightning style shock effect that can happen. And also the chakra needle jutsu, because I thought it was really like fitting for him because of like of precision. And if Hinata can basically do a variant of that, why can't Neji? So he can fire like needle shaped chakra from his chakra points, and he can like control their trajectory, and he can like either cause like hit his opponent to cause like physical damage, or he can imbue them with a nature type like lightning or fire. He mainly uses lightning because if he hits his opponent's chakra points, and I do believe he could do this in battle, as his Byakugan position is just that precise, it's just that on point. So, um, yeah, I think he could basically paralyze. It's paralyzed. That was the paralyzed the target's limbs. Um, so we go to the Kazekage rescue mission. Neji has an easier time defeating 30% clone of Kisame, but it's still by no means easy. But he still uses lightning style against him. Canon goes back to normal until we hit the war arc, where Neji fights Hisashi, who is his uncle, and defeats him. However, here comes another main change. Neji does not die. Well, this is not really an but this is just an effect of Neji being Hinata's brother rather than their cousin, is that Naruto has a stronger gauge of Hinata's feelings towards him. And B, Hinata and Neji's senses would be sharper, and their Byakugan would be so much sharper that I believe Neji would be able to sense the wood jutsu, wood and stake jutsu, and be able to like air palm it away. And so Neji wouldn't die. War goes back to normal. He gets caught up in the infinite Tsukiyomi. I don't really have a set dream for him, so you can write that down in the comments if you think you'd have a set dream for Neji's infinite Tsukiyomi. Kaguya still sealed, and now we're in the events of Naruto the Last, which is bringing us to the end of our what if. Even though Hinata, Hinabi get kidnapped, even though Neji's a Jonin, I just do not think it'd be practical for him to lead the mission, because he could be somewhat emotionally influenced in his decisions, because those are his sisters that have been kidnapped. So everything still happens the same, except not only Hinata but not only Neji meet Hamura. I had this idea that since Hagoromo was able to give his chakra to Sasuke, which allowed him to awaken the Rinnegan, I think Hamura should be able to do a similar thing with Neji and allow him to awaken the Tenseigan. Because it said you need Otsutsuki and Hyuga. And I don't see why Hamura couldn't just evolve his Byakugan into a Tenseigan. Maybe it works differently, maybe it doesn't. This is a what if. I'm taking these certain liberties. So Neji gets the Tenseigan. Hinata gets Hamura's chakra. So basically, it ended up being an enraged Naruto and an enraged Neji versus Toneri. And though Neji's new, like relatively new with a Tenseigan, I find no reason in my mind that he would not get bodied by this powerhouse duo. Even though Neji is new, as I said before, Neji may be new, but he still fights like himself, but he just has the enhanced power of the Tenseigan at his back. So it's Tenseigan, Chakra Mode Neji, 6-pass stage mode Naruto, and versus Toneri. Toneri gets bodied, the moon is saved because Naruto and Hinata destroy the bomb, and we go into Boruto times where in addition to Naruto and Sasuke, they also have a strong protector in Neji. So yeah, that is the end of my what if. Um, what if Neji was Hinata's brother? So he does live, he does get the Tentagon, and he gets some much needed character development and full potential realized that he deserved. If you like that and want more like that, like, share, and subscribe. And that's a Santos. I'm a Santos Destroyer, and I'm out.